Romeo the Retro guy back with another review for your neck piece, and on today's episode we're going to be taking a look at the Nike Air Barrage in the Raptors colorway. Hit that like and subscribe button. This ain't been out since '95. Perfect. All I want you guys to do is sit back, light up a ting, and let's get into the interview, you know what I'm saying? We about to talk that. Today we have a really special release that came out like last year, 2018, something like that. But this shit right here is a real deal retro in my books. This is really something that came right out of the 90s and hasn't been released since the 90s. I think these shoes released in 95 and I haven't seen it since Marshall Faulk played for the Indianapolis Colts, man. He used to wear these joints heavy and that man couldn't be stopped. Back in 95 when these originally came out, they actually had a bunch of team colorways. They only just released this back when the Raptors won their first NBA championship. So when they won that shoot, I was in line next day for these and they did a good job. It made me wonder, why did they choose the Raptors to put these out on? And these were like a football shoe. But anyways, let's take a look at the upper and see what we got, man. Box reads Air Jordan, sorry, wrong video. Box reads Nike Air Barrage Mid QS, stands for Quick Strike. Black, white, hyper grape, size 10. All right, YouTube, so as you can see here, we have a plethora of different paneling here, and there's all kinds of different materials we used. Let's just start off with the upper. These black portions here are actually nubuck, and it's a very like a nice feeling, very nice, soft feeling nubuck. Not anything that doesn't feel premium, but it really does feel good. It's a thick cut, as you can see. You can actually see the cuts here, but it's a really nice design shoe. They did a lot of patchwork, and there's pretty much every type of material that you can find on a shoe on this one shoe. As I said, the black is in nubuck, and you have your purple mesh here underneath the strap, and that's obviously in a Raptors colorway of purple. You have your midsole, which is basically black, and you have your outsole, which is white, and you see your obviously your red Air red lettering, AIR in red on the outsole. It's a full white outsole. The mesh is like, it's a nice breathable mesh, nice and pliable. It's not stiff. Before I even turned the shoe, you've seen like 6 Nike checks. So we're gonna get into that shortly. The front of the shoe and the toe box is actually a nice soft leather cut. It's reasonably squishy. It's not like a plush leather. It's kind of stiff, to tell you the truth, but the cut is actually pretty thick. So you have your red Nike check mark on the front of the toe box, and you also have a little bit of stitching on the front here. All white toe box. Makes me nervous as usual. This is going to be the first part to get dirty, but you see you have a hidden Nike check mark here as well. On the front of the shoe you have that Nike strap, which has a black strap with a white Nike check mark, and your lacing underneath, which basically comes in a black nylon lace. Now if I undo the strap for you guys and you can take a look at the inside, it actually looks pretty clean, man. This part of the shoe actually is pretty decent, and to tell you the truth, they could have probably put the shoe out without the strap. But you have your red eyelets, and those are gonna help to lock the shoe down. The lacing system's pretty functional. The tongue is all black neoprene with mesh on the bottom, and this Nike branding here on the tongue is pretty unique. It makes me think of the Nickelodeon symbol for some reason. Like, these could have been the Air Nickelodeons or something. But obviously another Nike branding there. Medial side of the shoe is pretty much the same with the strap, except here you have like a leather panel with another Nike branding and a Nike branding on the strap latch here. A leather panel. It's a pretty nice panel, to tell you the truth, man. I'm surprised they did that embossing of the Nike symbol, but that's a nice little touch to mix up the materials. You have your patches of mesh on the inside here, and on the back you have Nike Air branding with a purple, red, and black Nike pull tab on the back with a stitched Nike symbol on the, and you also have on the heel here another Nike symbol. So we're gonna have to count up these Nike symbols because they're everywhere on this shoe apparently. The shoe features a midfoot strap, and we all know how important these midfoot straps are, man, to help lock down the shoe, because football players be running out of their shoe. Marshall Faulk used to play in this, man, and it's like the DTs, it's like the speed turfs, they all got straps. And for anybody that follows my channel, you know I'm a sucker for the strap, man. Get the strap. This is what 50 said. Lots of branding on these. I'm not even sure. I'm gonna have to count up how many Nike checks. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 outsole, by the way, before I forget, unique traction, very functional. It is very similar to the Speed Turf with this waffle kind of print, and as you can see, there's Nike check marks all over the bottom of the shoe and around the shoe, but it's an interesting pattern nonetheless. I haven't seen anything quite like it in a while. I do wish it wasn't an all white outsole, because I hate all white outsoles and I hate clear soles. I'd rather this have been dark, or maybe purple itself, maybe, if that would have worked. The inner part of the shoe, and it's one of my favorite parts of all retros, this like heel meat, this meaty heel section here where there's so much padding that it's wonderful to have your foot in. And anybody that owns a pair of real classic 90 retro shoes, they'll tell you how comfortable these 90s retros are, because they just used to stack the padding in here, man. These are some pillows on your foot. You know what I'm saying? I like that collar meat. That's some crazy joint right there, man. I love putting my foot in these and having them rest in here, but can't go wrong with these 90s joints, man. I actually really like the material weave that they did on the mesh here. It's actually such a really nice soft design as well, but I feel like they took a little bit of influence from the Jordan 11 just in the designing of the stitching there and the fabric. As you can see, you have those guided material fabric patches there going up inside there. You have a Nike Air branding on the insole, nothing super special. Sizing, now I would suggest you guys go true to size with these, simply because with retros and how big they are, you might even be able to go down half a size, but I would suggest and recommend going to your regular size for these, especially when they break in. They might feel a little bit bulky at first or whatever, or tight because there's so much padding in there, but you know, once your foot adjusts and all that, you're good. The cost, let's see, 265 bucks. Shit, wow. So talk about branding. I just did a count of how many hidden Nike check marks and branding there are through the entire shoe, and there's literally 12 Nike check marks per shoe, coming to a total of 24 Nike check marks on both shoes. For any of you guys that are into crazy super branding, this is the shoe for you. There's literally Nike check marks everywhere you look. It doesn't matter where you look, inside, outside, flip side, underside, it don't matter. Nike's covered and they're branded on here. I don't know what it is, but this shoe reminds me of like a mashup between 3 different shoes. I feel like it's a cross between the Jordan 11, the Jordan 35, and the Air Max DT. Like, I don't know, it's some sort of hybrid shoe, man. And with a little bit of 90s influence in there. When it comes to tech, I don't know what's in this shoe. Most likely it's Phylon or something like that inside for a cushion system, or it probably has a airbag or air unit on the inside. But to tell you the truth, it's very plush. It's 90s sneakers, man. When you step in 90s sneakers, it feels like you're walking on pillows. So I'm expecting a nice air unit in here. It's probably EVA, obviously midsole, whatever, because it's really light and it's really squishy. So this part right here, I believe it's EVA, because it has a lot of give to it, man. I don't think it's poly because it's too soft for that. The outsole is hard rubber. It's the EVA rubber outsole. So I mean, yeah, man, the tech in here is beautiful. The padding, the cushioning is amazing. Thanks again to my boy who linked these. He's one of our loyal viewers. These aren't my pair. They used to be, but I actually sold them to him, and he was lucky enough and gracious enough to give them back to me so I could review them, so that my heart wouldn't crumble when I lost them. So thanks again. So that's basically it for the review. Let me know what you guys think of this model down in the comments below. Do you think it's hot? Is it too much branding for you? Did they have the paneling right on this? Like, could you wear this daily, or would you just throw it in the closet and, like, you know, catch a 1-2 fit every now and then? I say these are fire though. If you don't like this color blocking, you're a waste man. Oh yeah, and before we get up out of here, remember these, the Van Fleets? Yeah, I might want to go get some of these real quick, because it's about to be a hot year. This man just put a 54 for the Raptors. I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. And I know he's wearing Li Ning right now, and that's another topic for another video, with Van Fleet going over to Li Ning. But dog, if you didn't get these and one, the Raptors colorway, watch these skyrocket. Watch them skyrocket. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the video. I'll be back with another one before you know it. Romeo the Retro God with another banger. Peace.